Morning everyone, welcome to CVR World Cup League, Race Zone B. Just in the pens now, waiting for the race to start. We've got the men's and the women's all grouped together today. 10 seconds to go. And they're off. Nice big group today, riders. I think we've got over 50 different riders here. Off hard at the start, got Dixie Newsom leading out for the ladies' race. Yone Gravdal, Jonas Herman. Some big numbers coming out here already. Some people dropping power-ups already, just to stay on. Let's see who we've got leading at the front. And we've got Golrad coming out of the States in the B category. Yamamoto from Japan. London course today. This is a new circuit. It's the triple loops, which I don't believe has been used for too many races yet. It's going to be a tough one. It goes up Leith Hill, so that's a good 5 or 6 minute climb. Then down the back of Leith Hill and into Box Hill. So 2 climbs straight after each other. It's really going to test these guys. Let's just flick over to the ladies and see who we've got. We've got the Zeke Rider at the front here. Managed to stay in the group for the time being. Oh great, basic kit. We'll take a look over at the rankings, see who's leading these series for the moment. So in the men's series we've got Miyazaki leading, 3,988 points. And a 1 point lead there over Gardner. Then Nice in third, 10 points back, so it's still very much to play for in this zone. Let's flick over and see who we've got. In the ladies, Beth York's got a pretty nice gap there, 4 points ahead of Dixie Newsom. Sonia Whiteman in third and Zeke Rider in fourth. Beth York and Dixie both streaming today, I think, on the CycleView platform. So they get a few extra points for doing that. So it's given them a bit of a healthy lead over some of the other competitors. If we flick over to CycleView, we can actually see Beth there, racing away hard. Beth has managed to stay in the group there as well. Let's come back over to the men's race. Big group here at the front. Addict Foil, Regular Racer. Here you can see Beth York, yeah, still mixing it up at the front with the men. Huge advantage being able to stay in the draft of these guys. So you've got Creel here. Super strong rider. He's attended CVR race in London earlier last year. Bit of a false flat here. Starts ramping up. You need to stay on your toes here, not to get dropped. Always catches a few riders out. Definitely the pace pushing on the front. Yona Gravdal into the orange numbers. Let's flick back, see if anyone's been called out by that little kick. Certainly strung out the field. We definitely need to save something though for those two hills. It's going to be a whole world of pain. Nakami on the front here doing a lot of work. Gravdal following up close, between 4 and 6 watts per kilogram. Beth York here, still following super close, sat behind Creel, playing it super smart. Team X rider here, Julian Bija. Sat at the back, following those wheels, saving some energy. Let's see how Julian's doing in the overall. Doesn't seem that he's in the rankings for this series, so maybe just riding for a bit of fun today. This is the first race of the second half of the season, so 3 more races after this one. Then we move into the playoffs. So the winner of this season gets a guaranteed place into the CVR World Cup in Los Angeles. The second and third riders go through to a set of playoff races against riders from the other zones, which is going to be super exciting. Still a nice big group here we've got. So 20, 30 riders here I think. Herman following close, very strong rider from Germany. Beth York sat in the middle of the group getting dragged along. Really good move from Beth here. Looks like Dixie Newsom didn't quite make that group. She's leading out the front of the second group here. About a minute back off the group at the front, so you can see what a difference it makes being in that draft. In that short period of 7.5 kilometres, you can drop back a minute. Just got a few of the riders to keep her company here though. Hopefully Dixie can make up some time on the hill. See a comment in the Facebook here from Matt Gardner saying he's hate to sitting this race out. Seems Matt can't make this race for some reason, but he can sit out one race and still be in contention for the overall, so that's good. Haven't seen Nice in this race either, so let's see if we can find him. Is Misaki in as well? Maybe we're missing the top 3 riders. I know here he is. A few of the regular riders not turning up today. Simon Oxenham often jumps in for this race. Anthony Ciano from Australia, haven't seen him in here. This could be some valuable points up for grabs. Maybe a surprise winner. Addict Foil here, currently in 8th place in the series. 2,966 points. A little way back. Super lightweight rider out of Japan should fly up the hill. Jeffrey Creel is a great climber as well, so it's going to be expect a battle between those two guys. Herman very strong. Let's take a look over at Beth's point of view from the CycleView website. Right into the Vixen team. She's looking pretty cool there. She's hidden her heart rate. Can't quite see how hard she's working, but
so I had trouble
too out of breath.
logging in today. 2 minutes to race time. I had to log out and log back in. Right now, on the right side of my screen, I can't see.
You can see Beth chatting on her Discord maybe to some other team members or racers. Still a big flat section here, a little way to go before the climb starts. I expect a few riders are just going to sit in and save a bit of energy. A couple of riders maybe going off the front here. Yoni Gravdal, Yamamoto jumping across. Four riders maybe. It's going to be tough to get a break away from the big group chasing. 3 seconds they have. Stalker, nice. That gap coming down now, only 2 seconds. Chaser's only pulling between 3 and 4 watts. The guys in this group off the front pulling more between 5 and 6, but still struggling to get away, even with that power. 4-second gap, going out a little bit. If they want to keep it going, they're going to have to increase the power up to more like 6 watts, I think. Take some turns in the front, share out the effort a little bit. Five seconds now, so they're slowly creeping away. I think they've upped the effort a little bit. Pushing harder now into some big numbers. Lions here looking to go across, bridge the gap. Three seconds behind. Oh, great. Lost the rails now. Let's flip across to this view. See if we can make our way back up. These guys still got a 5 or so second gap. Looks like Lions managed to get over to them. Let's see if anyone else is going to want to bridge that gap. I'd imagine someone like Creel will want to go over. Haven't seen Herman show his face much yet. Down to 4 seconds. I think this chase group knows they're going to get that back, so not pushing too hard there. And then just sat and taking it easy. Beth York here still in the group. Staying close to Z. Just not close that gap down. Back out to 5 seconds again. There's a couple of other riders bridged across here, it seems. Gravdale, Island, Lions. 3 riders off the front here. No one in this pack pulling too hard, between 3 and 4 watts in the front. That lead just hovering around 4 or 5 seconds though, not really getting away at all. Lions is currently lying 4th overall in the league, so hungry for some points, I think. Gravdal 10th overall as well, looking to jump up that leaderboard. Cloud here racing at Scotland. ZWC team. Follow that closely by Holmes out of the UK. Beth York up at the front still. Super smart, 157 beats per minute. Just following those wheels. Looks like the group's pulled this lead group back in now, all back together. Let's let these guys have a little rest now, maybe recover for the climb to come. Try and open up another gap there. I've now gone to the back of the pack, possibly to recover a little bit. Heart rate right back down to 140 BPM. Big gap now opened up over this next chase group back to Dixie Newsom. 4.5 minutes back. With only 3 of them here working together, they don't get the same draft effect as the leading group. Stringing out a little bit here, a few riders moving off the front. Yamamoto, Wayland, Lions again here, instigating another move. Still only 3 of them though, they need a slightly bigger group here to try and get a significant gap. Lions heart rate up to 175, working hard. Between 4 and 5 watts per kilogram. These guys need to be pushing over 6 really to get a good gap. Chase group only 4 seconds. Oh dear. Just lost the race here for a second. I'll flick back over to Beth's point of view so we can watch from her. Great advantage of the Cycle View website. Flick into anyone's page and see the race from their point of view. these guys. Maybe so they can have a little rest. But a steady climb, the leaf hill is very long. I suspect a few of these riders haven't ridden it before either, so it might be a bit of a shock. Okay, these guys are starting at the base of the climb. Certainly stringing out. No one making any big moves yet. A few strong guys moving towards the front. Jeffrey Creel here coming up. Holmes, McLeod. Everyone watching each other a little bit. See who's going to make the first move. Adek foil, super light Japanese rider up towards the front, doing 6 watts per kilogram. Maybe ramping it up a little bit to try and get away. Certainly stringing the field out here. Herman on the front now. 6 watts per kilogram, 166 beats per minute. A few seconds gap over Gravdal. Herman not racing in the league though, so no need for the other riders to chase him too much. Gravdal has a nice 7 or 8 second lead over now over the chase pack. 6 seconds down on Herman, but I think he should just ride his own race up the climb here. Try and maintain that gap over the leaders, over the chase group. 10 seconds now. These guys just watching a little bit. Possibly waiting for another to attack and maybe try and bridge over to Gravdal. Adek foil the rider, that could possibly bridge across with a good attack. Creel as well. Look over and see how Beth's doing. Working a bit harder now. Field strung out a bit, looking comfortable though. Keep it up, Beth. This gap's still going out to Yone. 11 seconds. Looks pretty comfortable. Heart rate 172 BPM. Still a long way to go there, only just over a quarter up the climb, so 3/4 left. Looking cool on that Tron bike. Nice big group here. I think playing it pretty smart, not chasing down Gravdell at the moment. This climb steepens quite a lot towards the top. Only 6% at the moment, but it gets up to well over 10%. Only 10 seconds gap. Gravdell only 7 or 8 seconds behind Herman though, so if he could close it down, maybe we could work a bit together. String out a little bit further back here as well. Pace is going up. Lions pushing hard in the front, Wayland. I think these guys have seen that the gaps to Gravdell is up to 15 seconds now, so they want to pull a few seconds back on that. Seconds now. I think this might come down a bit quicker now. Flatter section, the group can work together. Riders now taking pulls in the front, up to 5 watts per kilogram. Gravdell slightly below that, so they're going to start reeling it back in. Herman still putting out 5 to 6 watts. It's only a 12-second gap though. Nice steady cadence. I think this is where on the climb the official KOM starts. There's a line just up here. And we're just about to go over. Let's see what kind of time you can do up there. I think a sub 5 is the time to aim for. Gravdell only down to 8-second gap now. These guys pulling, 5 watts in the front, taking turns. They have them in the sights. Message from Sean Francis in the Facebook saying no race for him tonight, power outages in Melbourne. So that's unlucky. Still hovering around 8 seconds. Incline slowly going up here, only 5% at the moment. Up to 6. Just around the corner we're going to get even steeper. Has a real sting in the tail, this climb. Matt Gardner saying that he thinks Yoni Gravdell has got this if he can clear the top of the lead, but that gap's coming down quick. Almost on his wheel again now. I think those efforts on the lower part of the climb have hurt him a bit. Yamakura now going past. Grading now up to 9%. Really steepening up. Heart rate's climbing a lot higher. The line's up to 180 BPM. Mosberg taking it pretty easy there. Nice low heart rate, 156. Some of these guys may be saving a little bit for the really steep later parts. foil, 174 beats. Pretty low cadence there, pushing a big gear. Grafdal there, still staying in contention, but some of those riders seem to be going away now. Needs to hang on to those wheels. Some small 1 second gaps opening up. McLeod here, 1 second off. Little kick will be good here. Jump back on that wheel of Wayland. Sullivan a further 4 seconds back. And Grafdal certainly suffering now. Yamakura here, certainly pushing it on the front. 1.7 beats. Between 5.5 6 watts per kilogram. Looking very strong. Up to 10% gradient now. It's going to be really stinging. Fuma trying to chase Yamakura down. Fellow countryman. Creel staying tight on his wheel. Creel, very experienced racer, knows how to follow the wheels, play the game. See over on Zwift Power site, Creel's logged over 420 hours on Zwift, 228 races. Certainly very experienced. Look over to Beth, looks to be on her own now, although her leaderboard seems to be a bit glitchy, so you only see her name on there. Just riding her own race. Keep it spinning, Beth. See if we can jump back, see who she's racing against. There's Beth there. Z 4 seconds back. Jess has Beth in her sight, but not quite on her wheel. Dixie here a few minutes further back in the lower parts of the climb. The guys at the front now really hitting the steeper parts. Just crested the top of the lead group. 5:02 for the KOM from Herman. Thought he might have just dipped under 5. Maybe we'll see some sub 5 minutes in the later zones. So a short recovery section downhill for these guys and then into Box Hill. Like a little lead pack here of just under 10 riders. Holmes out there on his own a little bit. Heart rate's dropping down now, much lower. Guys are catching their breaths. Box hill a little bit shorter, but the gradient changes a little bit more. Some steeper sections towards the bottom. Herman well off the front now, a minute ahead. As I said, Herman not in the league, so the other rider's not worrying about him too much. Wheel here, see his cadence drop to 0, have a little free wheel. Heart rate dropped right down to 110 BPM now. Almost at the bottom of this climb. Not sure what this one's called, this other side. Is it maybe Keith Hill? The other side of Leith? No one really making any moves here. Need to watch those gaps though. Feel having to jump into the orange numbers a little bit. Fuma needs to watch the gap, get back on the group. Look over here, see Beth cresting the com. She'll be happy, smile on her face, gets a little rest. Got a little bit of company there, a rider just in front of her. Goes straight by. See how much of a gap Beth's got there. Z and Beth here back together, so Z must have just caught up with Beth on the climb there. Simpson as well, so a group of 3 ladies together. Maybe work a little bit together on the next climb. You can see Gravdal here, fairway back now off the lead group. Probably regretting going so hard up that first climb, I think, on the lower parts. Little rolling section here now in between the 2 climbs. Herman's lead came down on the descent there, only 35 seconds. Expect that to go out again when he hits the base of the climb. Still pulling 5.5 watts per kilogram. This chasing group staying together. Good gap over Holmes here, on who's in no man's land. "13 seconds back, a small chase group pulling him back. Wayland, Foyle, and Mikami. I suspect they'll reel Holmes in by the base of Box Hill. Back over to see Beth here in cycle view. So in that group of 3 ladies. Pace is picking up now. I think that's maybe Z on the front. Maybe just trying to gain a few seconds. Okay, the rider's now making a left turn into the base of Box Hill. Fuma here on the front, pushing the pace of this group. Solid 6 watts per kilogram, 320 watts. Little gap over here, over Cowgumber. Yamakura and Lions following close. Jeffrey Creel here looking solid. %, here gradient, not too steep yet. Those legs will be tired after Leith Hill. The field stringing out a little bit. Fuma 3 seconds over Yamakura. Small 1 second gap back to Lions. Cox and Creel another 1 second back, so certainly stringing out this group. Cox and Creel could do with a little kick here, try and grab those wheels. Once that gap's going to grow. Creel maybe coming through to take a little pull. Group of 5 here working well together. Cox and Creel definitely lost contact with that group. It's going to be very hard for them to get back on that now without making a big dig. Looks like that group of Whelan, McArmy and Foyle did reel Holmes back in. So 4 riders there now together. Next chasers 10 to 20 seconds back. Some smaller groups here. Creel digging hard to get back on that group. He knows it's dangerous. He's got to get back on. Just managing to keep contact. Much steadier climb this one than the Leith Hill. 5% most of the way up. Herman 27 seconds ahead. Coming over the crest now. Still putting out 6 watts per kilogram. Looks like he's got the race win in the bag here. Coming through the KOM banner in a minute. See what time he does. Seconds back to the chase group now, just coming around the top, crest of the climb. So it looks like it's going to be a bunch sprint for these guys into the finish, unless someone can maybe get away on the downhill. Could be a smart move maybe to try attacking over the top, surprise some of the other guys with a punchy kick. Pretty hard to maintain that gap in the downhill though. Could be a smart move to try and kick up this last little steep section. If you can hit the orange numbers and continue it over the top into the downhill, could be a very dangerous move. Someone like Creel maybe, who knows these courses. Doesn't look like anyone's going to try it though. Orange numbers though. Effort's there. Everyone seems to be responding. Cox first over the top. Big power, these guys, 500 plus watts. Everyone managed to stay on. Yamakura just 2 seconds off the back. Needs to try real hard to pull these guys back, otherwise they're going to be gone on the downhill. Big effort, he knows it. I think he's just going to tag on here. For sure got this race one in the bag, so these guys will be racing it out for the official second position, but maximum points Herman is not in the league. Highest placed rider in this group will be Robert Lyons. We'll be looking for the 1,000 points. Lyons' best position so far has been a 4th, so he's going to better that, it seems. He can still drop his lowest 2 races from the overall 8 races in the 2 half seasons. Let's check out how Beth's come in.
Be careful, try not to lead her on. Shorty heart is on steroids cause her love is so strong. You may fall in love when you meet her. If you get the chance, you better keep her. She's sweet as pie, but if you break her heart, she'll turn cold as a freezer. It's a fairy tale ended with a knight in shining armor. She can't be my sleeping beauty, I'm gonna put her in a coma.
Beth here with a 9-second gap over Z. Slowly opening up her lead there. Gravdale a fair way back off the lead, now back in 20th place. Those earlier efforts really seem to have hurt him. Try and make our way back up to the leaders again. Not far left now. Really stings, that little kick out of the tunnel there. Only a couple of kilometres left now to the finish. Sure, Lyons here is hungry for those 1,000 points. Herman now within the last kilometre, I think. Easy win there for Jonas. Half the field here on the Tron bike. These guys are used to climbing if they've earned that bike. No one wanting to sit on the front. These guys starting to get themselves in the right positions for a sprint. A few hundred metres left. Who's going to go first? Here they go. Yamkura off the front. Big numbers, 850 watts. Looks like Yamkura may have the win. Jan, Creel just behind. Looks like Lyon's going to get his maximum points there. Let's back over to Bear, just cresting the top of the climb. Z only 10 seconds off Beth now. She can work with Simpson, maybe try and bring her back in. Beth being very clever on the wheel of Benke here. Let him do the work, drag her over the top of the climb. Look up, see some more of the men finishing. There's the group with McLeod and Gravdal. Gravdal a little bit further back a minute on his own. You guys sprinting here, big group together. And Brown timing it very nicely. Comes Russell. Just going to jump back before these guys cross the line so I don't lose the finish. McLeod finishing here on his own. Z now only 9 seconds back off Beth. If these girls work together, they can pull her back. Beth just dropped off the wheel of Benke now. She needs to get back on that. 8-second gap. Looking like he's working hard to try and stay ahead. It's a serious chase. Nine seconds back. Kreider and Simpson. Julian Beja there. Going for Team X, just cresting the top of the climb. Nice work, Julian. Beth working super hard to get back on that wheel of Benke. Simpson and Z only 4 seconds back. Looks like these girls might just pull it back in. Neither Simpson or Kreider wanting to pull too hard on the front. Maybe trying to save the legs a little bit for the sprint. Beth trying to hang on to that wheel of Benke too. Only 2 seconds back now though. I think this may come back together. Z with a big kick there. Going straight by Beth. Is she going to try and carry it to the finish? Still in the orange numbers. Huge effort. Beth unable to respond there. Kreider opened up a big 4-second gap straight away. But these three riders can work together, try and pull it back in. Still a little way to the finish. Kreider must be hurting from that big effort too. Maybe Benke can help them. 9 seconds though, it's a big gap. They're going to have to really start working together to bring it back. 10 seconds. I think this might be it. No one in the chase group wanting to do much work. Maybe Beth not too worried. Healthy lead out on the front of the league.